push you downwind. And drop.
Do me a favor.
Sure.
See if you mic cover on that?
No, I think everybody was okay. Although, we'll run the videotape later. One of the big dogs. We beat one of the big dogs.
Alright, you ready, Quentin?
Ready?
Almost there. Hold on. We got 30 seconds. Actually, you know what? Get it now because it will. You want to cross every time you put on there.
Is this a practice or for real?
This is for real. Intensity, intelligence, drive.
2 out of 3 is good.
I wasn't talking about you.
I'm gonna shovel my finger out there.
Attributes of the fleet.
That's right, as a whole. Yo, Jeff.
Going for the porter because it's race committee duty.
Nice.
A little sturdy.
Beer that eats like a meal.
Good afternoon, Al.
John, how are you?
Excellent, thank you.
I made it for the start.
Yes, you did.
Was everybody over early or that was just a warning?
Practice start. 1 o'clock. Can't slow the guns before 1.
Well, they were all out here at like 9:15.
They were keeners today. You had a lot of keeners on the line today. A lot of keeners out here today. .360. Side tap, actually, not 360. We do full commentary here, Quentin.
All right, you go.
Super speed action by Will. Peter Libre is 1 to right. Kevin Mark 110. Rory just great start in the middle. Will's trying to convert his speed up the course here. We have dueling puffs from the left and the right coming down the course. We'll see who wins. Looks like the guys on the left can catch the breeze first. The breeze on the right looks like it's stronger. It's very interesting here. Kevin Mark still controlling the left corner, followed by Jeff Ang. Peter Libre's converted his race committee win, trying to get over the fleet to the left. Very nice job by him. Good patience. Showed great patience there. Great patience. He should have kept going though. Will got to the breeze first on the right, followed by Kevin Collins. They will be 1-2. The boats on the left did not show patience enough. He's the only one who went far to the left to get there. Tom Ross is also being patient, going out to the left corner. So Peter, instead of controlling the left, came back and chasing boats back right, away from the wind. Will's in the left corner with Tom and should be 1-2. Kevin Marks is going over to cover. Will's Graves' mast is rigged too far aft. He won't be able to point. Kevin Marks did a nice job making sure he crosses here in the puff. He's still got a bit of righty. Looking for the left. Not enough patience. Every time the boat gets anyone gets to be the left of the fleet, they just tack back immediately rather than waiting for an actual shift. And that's costing every boat that goes left. Pierre Libre sailed up the middle. And Will Beery is looking good from the right corner. The last puff shift of this beat will be a righty, and that will convert the right-hand guys. Looks like it will be Will Beery followed by Tom Ross into the first mark. Oh, Tom did not make it by Jeff. It will be Will Beery followed by Jeff Ang into the first mark. Will has a nice lead. Oh, big lefty at the mark as Ian sneaks in front of Jeff.
It's good stuff.
Big lefty up there.
Might get stuck over to the right.
A lot of race course left though. There's a longer second leg here. These boats are all still very close together from second place to last. Only Will got away. He got away before the left came at the end there. Too much back and forth by all these guys at the top. Got to sail to your puff. Mike might never get to the mark. He's got stuck in the vortex almost on the right side.
Really?
Huge puff coming down from the north right now.
If he sets himself up, he might... Oh yeah, it's way over to the right.
Way to the right, but it will fill the whole course. The boats that come down the inside of the run will be in much better shape.
This is the puff spreading out.
Mike's running to the mark here now in a second. Ian Ray did a nice job protecting the inside. I think he saw the puff and realized he needed to get inside. The puff's actually filled all the way to the leeward mark now, and that's only on this side of the course.
This is the breeze. Dark water down below. Bottom mark.
No wind in the middle.
Guys on the right side of the run are making out. Guys in the middle are waiting for something.
Bill Adamson got to it first.
Yeah.
We have the car down the middle here. Look at this fleet here, basically, from Ian. We have 10 boats here within like 3 boat lengths of each other. Had trouble on that first beat, huh? He sailed very well. It went hard. I mean, this puff filled down, but Will got that righty to get across everybody, but then it went back left. Everyone went behind him and then got to it. They were all to the left too early, the right too late. Want to keep an eye on N3.
Yeah, when Roger told me,
Yeah, first time in that dire today.
yeah, it's like, really, we should do this in this November.
Hey, got a dry suit. We'll learn. If you want to go coach him up a bit, I bet he'd appreciate it, maybe.
Yeah.
Wind is filled in from the right on this run.
Those 10 boats are all going around in a cluster here. We'll see who comes out well. Ian did a nice job guarding the inside, but Jeff got him at the end.
Yeah.
And we'll have a huge advantage coming out of the mark ahead of a pack. It's a great place to be when you're the first boat around with a pack right behind you. Bill got there, and looks like Will got inside of Rory. Only Jeff is sailing flat enough if you look at that fleet. It's all flattened out a little bit better now. The guys behind are just chasing Peter Libre off to the right for some
Really?
reason. Not pointing. I don't know where they're going. They're going for Tavern Island next or something. Looking up the course, I'm feeling like the right is going to dominate this second beat. Will Beery is doing the right thing to get to the right of the drum line to the shack here before he gets too close. And here comes Jeff on a huge righty.
Letting the finish.
And only more pressure coming down. Will's touching into the pressure here. I lost the pen and I
We can record anything that you can't write down. So
got it.
first race.
64!
And these guys coming in on top of Jeff. Kevin Marks is going to get second. Look at this.
Will and Graves is actually here. $66! $62! $16! And 7, 31. $99, K2.
And we've got Mike over here. Race 2.
Gotta be more patient on days like this. Sail all the way to the puffs. Just because you get to the right doesn't mean you tack. You go all the way to the righty. Go all the way to the lefty. What happened was every time someone got to the left, they'd tack immediately back. They wouldn't get to the lefty.
Ian, you look good at the top.
He was fourth in the board mark. And he got swept outside. Will Graves got inside him, and then he picked the wrong side. Probably the right feet and goes really close together. Start going backwards. You end up at the end. You end up at the end.
What do you give this, around 9 maybe? Puff.
Some of these buffs are up a little higher than that.
Yeah,
White caps are in.
right, the water stays pretty flat.
Nobody's hiking. That's for sure. '64. Clear.
So used to being able to sail up there. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna go down, but I got wrapped up in the picture. Might as well do it here. Up in the broadcast booth.
Yeah.
Where is John Fallon? World class bloviator, a boviator.
Boviator.
A boviator.
Bloviator, yeah.
Yes. And you've got other color commentary by that clown right there. Will best be quiet through the proceedings.
The guys who were able to stay on starboard who got to the left puff dominate this race. Jeff
Boy, look at that.
staying a little higher and faster than Will here. Will Graves, that is, but they will be 1-2 at the mark.
One tack. Or two tacks. As usual, you've
Will
got
Graves around first. Jeff gets in front of everybody around second. That'll also secure the early day lead for those two boats. They finished second and third in the first race. job by Ian Ray not to foul there. Just take everybody's stern and then still round inside. Right with everybody instead of having to do a circle. Good first beat for Jonathan Russell. He can always be a threat in these races. And also Aldrews, they came up this race. I think good first beats.
Aldrews is 99.
Yep. He needs a little more boom bang and to sit a little further to windward here.
Mm-hmm.
Too much bang on. Sheet out a little more then.
Come in the boat trim on 15.
Pretty good. His mast is too far back. His rake's a little too far aft, but where he's sitting is good. You know, he's a little further forward, going downwind is where you want to be. Maybe not heeled enough to weather. Kevin Marks has great boat trim here. His vang's off. You can see his top batten open up. Nice full sail. He's got a nice windward heel, so he's got fairly neutral helm. He'll accelerate nicely in that spot. Pretty good for steady air right there. Maybe a little bit more boom bang. Top batten might be opening up too much, but it's pretty nice. See Will Deary, same thing, sitting forward, basically even with the feet in front of it. Boat's heel a little bit weather.
And he's carrying more bang.
He's carrying a little more bang, yeah, than Kevin was. Still pretty loose on the bang. You can see his boom's rising up. In contrast, Ian Ray's bang is too tight. So you can definitely see there's even a crease behind his top batten.
Yes.
That also means the tip of his boom isn't as far out. His boat trim's excellent though.
Who's in N15?
Will Graves.
Who?
Will Graves,
Will Graves? I don't know.
New
I
York
haven't
Yacht
seen
Club
him
member. His father-in-law is Bill Jason,
Okay. Still don't know.
old Commodore from Norotan over here.
Oh,
They
okay.
live the house right before the bridge over here.
All right.
Will's on my Hinman Master. He's one of the skippers on the Hinman Master team racing team with me at New York Yacht Club.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Na-
And he's a
Navy.
new member?
Navy dinghy sailor. He's not a they're Norotan members, but
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Got it.
Sonar sailors.
Right.
Not much you can do about that.
Well, it's nice they come over here. So,
Well, I mean, this is home.
yeah.
But then there's no frostbiting in Norotan.
True.
They come out. Bill came out in the first race. He came out. He won. And then he actually, I think he had like a first and a second, and then he had a terrible day after that.
What?
Bill Jason, his father-in-law, came
Yeah.
out in that boat at the beginning of the season.
Oh, okay.
Had like a first and a second, and then
That was it?
well, and the rest of the day he was kind of in the back of the fleet. But he had, I mean, he's a great sailor. It's just
Yeah.
takes a while getting used to dyers.
Yeah. Well, this gentleman is having a hard time.
Well, he's never sailed a dinghy before.
Yeah.
He's, the closest he sailed was Sanderling, which is a 16-foot cat boat,
Okay. Yeah.
stable.
Yeah. I was trying to coach him. He's,
Old dog.
yeah, exactly.
Got it.
interesting to me to see, after you mentioned it at the Dock Talk a couple weeks ago, a fuller sail is better. You just have the drive, and sometimes I have felt like I've tried to flatten it too much. And
15.
Jeff coming in.
Actually, look at my brother coming up. He's sailing the boat. Really, see how flat he is?
Yeah.
And super fast. Like he was in 12th at the leeward mark.
36.
36! If you sail the boat like that, you're going to pass a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just keep it super flat, super fast. Seven. $64. $16. $1.99. $19. $8. $31. $32. $62.
Okay, so what's the wind doing? Any changes out there?
Yes.
Up there?
Puffy, 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 puffy. We're in a huge righty right now, but the pressure's on the left.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is that the middle of the first beat is where the puffs never seem to get to. Always seems to be some flat water in the middle bottom of that first beat.
Isn't that funny?
Oh yeah, a lot of effort to build that. No, that's great. You know, the sun hits it. It's pretty warm inside.
Quite a battle here. Little lefty might put Roger past Captain Collins. Kevin's got a nice tack there though. He got some good speed out of it. He's super close. A2 has the lead, 66 has the speed. Oh boy. What do we see? What do we see? 66! K2! 2!
Okay, that was race 2. We are starting race 3. You need gloves? I've got a pair of gloves. Actually, I've got 2 pairs.
Thank you, though. Two.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice job, Mike. Three races, 30 minutes. Good shape. 2 races. We could be on our track for 8, I guess, right now.
Yep.
Courses are pretty long today. I think we need it with all these shifts to have a little longer course.
Yeah. People can redeem themselves.
Exactly.
Look at this puff coming in from the bridge. Hickory Bluff. Big left. Go get him, Rory. Everybody needs a little spiff.
Another puff coming down from Hickory Bluff right now. Super light start, but the guys that are left are going to be in much better shape.
Boats back here are in Slowville.
'28! Clear!
So talk about this. The breeze has worked its way over near Hickory, or from Hickory Bluff. And what does that mean? Do you think we're gonna?
All the boats should actually be working straight up the course, which they are. Boats that were to the left early, Will Grays and Will Deary, are going to be better off because even the next puff is coming from the left.
Mm-hmm.
So Peter Libre, though, is doing the right thing. If you're in a lefty, there's nothing you can fight it. You just have to keep going and get up the course, and hope he gets up to where the wind shifts to the right, so you can see that puff directly in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just got to be patient, super patient.
And it's gone light on this side.
It went light on this side. The guys, that puff that was more in CP, he wasn't patient enough. Mike is going to be better than Peter because
Yep, right.
He's going to be patient, get into the puff, sail all the way to the puff. Don't tack in like you're not there yet. You want to let the puff accelerate you before you tack, because then you know which way the puff's going to accelerate you. But Libre is going to be way ahead in this race because he was in phase on those first two shifts.
If he can keep it going.
He's got it. It's going to be solid all the way up. You can see the boats in the left corner are still on a righty.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just going to be inside that. He won't have a lot of pressure, but he's going to be way ahead. I mean, look at that lead. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it's just looking better.
Yep. Yep. The boats on the left fought each other too much. They got carried away with.
Caught up on the buoy.
Good thing to have a centerboard though.
Right, yeah.
Libre is around. Good for him.
Huge lead.
I'm going to get down and get another battery. I will be back up in a sec.
Good. It's huge lead. They're swamping him. John Russell got to be in first place. I've worn them one day this winter sailing. There was that one 30-degree day, 15-degree day, whatever it was. Libre had it, but Rory said, great. If he makes the finish here, he's dominant.
So I didn't video in the middle of this race. So just quickly update what happened after Peter Libre rounded first.
Well, the wind completely died. A big puff came down the whole course from the left side. It dominated the rest of the race. One. 8:36. Seven, 32, 62. So, you never did. You never got there, Jeff. Sorry. We need to rewind your tape here.
Yeah.
16, 28. Jeff, we have video, so we'll check it, okay? There was a lot of fouls in front of you, but that whole they were all on the wrong side of the line. Yep, 99. $31.
We've got Mike and Kevin in a tooth and nail battle here. Kevin is going to gut this out, but he's probably into the shadow around the shack. $66. What's that?
unfavored. These guys were sneaking in front of you. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you.
We heard you. We heard you too.
Can you replay?
Start of race 4. Race 4.
Ten, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Sam, we maybe had a juice on the box over.
Rory's the only boat that went off the line to the right.
All right, can we stop
Yeah.
this and go back?
So this is still race 4. Ian has got in the lead run. Barry, who had been in the lead, did his turns off to the right. His pennants. Tom Ross is in a good spot, although he's not going very fast. Wind is filling in from Hickory Bluff and to a degree down from Wilson Cove. The middle is not a great spot to be again.
Well, the far side, left side of the course has got good breeze right now. Jeff will, that side will make out here.
Yeah, funny how the middle is just a
Can't
dead
get there.
zone.
Yeah, I know.
And Ian had good speed and he's dead in the water.
The interesting thing is these guys, my brother and Bill, if they had just gone left, they
Mhm.
actually would have gotten this breeze right here.
So these two breezes seem to be filling in from different angles, ultimately in the same general direction. So 15 over here. So he's playing the edge. Barry has recouped, redeemed himself over there. He's going after Ian.
Should fight for the inside here, to be honest. At least to scare Ian to get too close to the mark. I don't like Will sitting backwards like that. It's not, don't have much control. There he goes, he spins around.
Jeff Eng out on the right. This clutch of boats includes Peter Libre, Mike Smith, John Russell, Rory.
Well, Peter went from first last race to last this race.
Yeah.
First to worst. You can hear when he creaks like that, that's a lot too much bang.
Yeah, right. I think that's how I messed up my mast by loading up the vang too much, and I spread the groove
Yeah.
down at the bottom.
Those lighter mats do that. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any fix for it, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
just a bad design. Yeah, here's a big, big righty for Ian. Mark and Jeff are going the wrong way.
This is kind of a game of nerves with Ian. Boy.
That was a good tack for Ian. He forced Will the incorrect way on beat there. It's a good move.
Throw it down.
Yeah, aggressive. Will does this. He sits backwards. He doesn't fully commit to going the wrong way, which Mark didn't commit either. He should have kept going, Mark. There is more breeze on the left at the top of the beat here. I like what Will's doing right now.
I was just going to ask, where do you put your money right now?
Still putting my money on Ian, especially because of this tack, which is great by him. He's going to take some of Will's leverage away here before the shift comes. He needs to tack back before he gets to Will, but he's not going to, perhaps. See, I would tack back right about here to win lured in ahead of Will, keep the right on him. Now he's let Will control him, or not. I like what Will did there. Get away. Ian tacked exactly right place, as long as he makes the finish.
Now, as for the rest of the fleet, most of the boats went right. And
my brother passed both Tom and Bill by coming a little bit to the left here, this late lefty.
now, this is patience. Patience and nerve. Right now, Ian is laying the flag. He's got a little speed on Will. He's got a lot of speed on Will. So we're seeing Ian. Well done.
7!
Will is just cracked another beer.
Every now and then the main sheet wraps around your foot. That first tack.
I saw you had one.
Oh my gosh! I couldn't move.
Yeah, if you trust me, then it would have been a whole even one.
Sorry.
I don't know.
64!
Still a strong advantage. Yeah, I certainly picked up shit's better than me, but you know that doesn't help when you're able to tackle me like that. It seemed like every time I flopped back on the starboard, that last tack, I was heading like crazy. Tracking to 90 left. And I tacked into like a 50 degree left.
$62. 16. 28. So Jeff, we checked the tape on that last one.
Yeah.
You tacked below Kevin. who
I
even
had to, he had already finished.
yeah, but then he was 2 boat lengths to leeward of the line by the time you tacked to leeward of him.
How do I get redress for that? Or,
Well, I mean, he was on starboard and you tacked to leeward of him on starboard.
yeah, but he's done with the race. He can
32.
go back into the course.
It wasn't just him, it was like a whole fleet of boats had done that.
Punch him out at the bar.
Oh no, Jonathan, where are you going? 36. 99. Super close here. 31. 15. And then whoever's in the middle, boat 2.
19.
19. Mike Smith with a great finish there. And 1.
Keeper of the little green tents.
What's that?
That'd be it.
Right there in the 8.
We got it iced down.
You got to decide what kind you want. You want a real man's beer or you want an IPA?
I think they're all in the bag, Ian. Whatever's in the bag.
K2. Or if you want a little one, little one. 66.
All right.
I'll see what happens.
That is a hurting horn.
3 minutes.
All right, we are. That's the sequence for race 5. Race 5, and the hour is 12 after 2. That last race was about 11 minutes. Well, actually, I'll get a better time on that. It was a little longer than 12 minutes.
Shouldn't be a dead battery.
What is that? That was 30.
1 minute.
Maybe you call, well, it's hard to hear it.
I'm going to be blowing whistles.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That's 40 seconds. 15:28. 15:28. Yeah. There's a timer for the next start.
Using your phone?
Yeah. Failing.
Yeah, it's just confusing.
Yeah, exactly. Here's some of it. Good, Brady. 15 actually made out by me.
He did. He crossed everybody's stern and ended up with the pressure coming down from the right. Rory's having a bad day. Big header on track. Look at the puff coming from the bridge.
Huge. It's not going to get to the course.
Got some energy behind it.
Pressure is actually on the right over here, though.
Yeah.
Radio check.
Sam, I hear you. You okay?
All good.
15 ghosts around the mark. Fury just makes it. 16 is around inside of 7. Fury is heading out wide. Got whatever's coming down from the bridge.
99 coming to the mark with speed. Catch right up. I actually like the boats that jive and came towards
tip-off coming down from the clubhouse, right down Wilson Cove. And this one that Will reached out to is going to pass him, so I don't think he's going to get as much. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like a beer?
Sure.
What kind of IPA or porter?
I'll have an IPA. What do you got?
Ransack.
All right. Good. Thanks.
Collective Arts. Look at how close this is.
So 15.
He gave up his lead, but he converted it all to inside, which is not a bad thing to do, right? When
Yeah.
there's a huge fleet like this, you'd rather be the inside boat.
And the boats out to the right.
I told you they
are
couldn't get back.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to get back from that side.
Lanyard on that whistle.
It's a Mohawk week for me.
There you go. All you need is a Mohawk haircut.
It's all coming up Mohawk. I'd go for the faux hawk, to be honest.
Okay, 15 has Judd.
Smart move. Good pressure on that side. Almost you can just reach up to the inside here.
Really?
Roger Klein would be in good shape if he jived right now.
Mm-hmm. So this guy 15 is Bill Jason's son-in-law.
Yes.
Do they live out on Bell Island on the point?
Bill does. They and Will and his wife Jillian Jason. They live in this house, right?
So they live on Sammy's. Well,
They live
yeah, I know
corner.
Bill and Ann live over here.
Yeah. They live right next door.
Okay, so I know one of the girls is right next door, and the
Jillian
other
is.
one's out there.
Yeah, yeah.
And her
Oh, the other one
is that Laura?
Jillian is the one here,
Jillian.
and then what's her sister? Is it Laura? Is her sister's name? I'm not sure.
I remember them as kids, but I get them mixed. I get the names mixed up.
Look at the outside. Actually, the boats look at Will Beer. He's going to be in first.
Yeah, really?
Coming all the way from the outside because these guys weren't aggressive enough. Actually, my brother could end up in first.
Peter Libre's going that way.
Too late. You don't chase when the boats are moving like that. You don't chase because all he's doing is consolidating a loss there.
Right, they're sailing away.
Right. By the time you get there, they're going to be so far beyond where you are. You stop chasing. Super close here.
Look behind. I don't know if the timing is right, but there's another.
Big righty. But also look at the big lefty that Mark's in up here.
Oh yeah.
There's lots of pressure out here. They're just
Listen to Russell.
1974 Norwalk YC Frostbite champ, Jonathan Russell.
Isn't that amazing?
Many in the fleet were not alive when Jonathan won his last championship.
I was still in New Hampshire.
I was a 4-year-old.
You were a 4-year-old?
Looks like Ian has the inside still here. Will trying to go all the way around the outside and go forward. Looks like it. Mark's in the middle there though. Forcing Will very wide.
Mark is your brother?
Yeah. Rounded in the worst place, actually. Being second there and slow is bad.
Ian's having a pretty good day.
Everybody's been up and down today. Only Will Beery's having the best day so far. Stayed in the top 5 all day. Will and Kevin, I think, have the early lead. 12 points. Oh, Kevin now has 17 points. That's a lot. Will Graves has 19. Jeff Ang is 20.
Peter
Ian has 24.
Libre fouled somebody, so he's doing turns. Jeff Ang is, and he's doing his turns right in front of Jeff Ang. Jeff Ang is just getting hurt, double hurt today.
Really bad luck what happened to him at that finish.
Yeah. And he couldn't tell he wasn't finished because there's so many boats around him.
Yeah. It is one of the keys when there's a pile up at the finish line, though, that you got to make sure what you're doing.
Yeah.
You should have ducked there.
Okay, your brother is tacking away from Ian. There's
It's a good pressure on, good pressure righty right here, actually.
a.
Ian did a nice job to cover there. They will definitely be in good shape to be 1-2. If I'm Ian, I actually keep going here. Don't cover because you can extend your lead. He's in good pressure and the right tack. Now you got to tack Ian. And he does. Good. Yep. So you just waited
Boy,
until
look
the
at
shift
that.
went back.
Look
Yep.
at that.
Yep. There it
He
comes back.
opened
And he
up.
tacks
Oh!
back. That's fine. That's fine. It's good shape. Took a little bit of the leverage away, and now he comes right back. That one was really good for Kevin Marks. And it is going to go back left before the finish. So this is a good example where Kevin is, if you look here. Good example of where what he shouldn't be doing is pointing towards the shack at all. He should actually be pointing almost at Ian. Trying to take the left, trying to get as far left as he can before the shift goes away.
So there we have Kevin and crossing Mark. Ian is back on port. Trying to tangle with
Kevin should just bow down, Kevin. Bow down. Go fast. Super fast here.
Yeah.
One of these things where you're barely crossing somebody and you try hard to cross them. It's
Right.
exactly the opposite thing you should be doing. Ooh, interesting. Slower.
So now he's in, yeah. So he fouled Ian there. Right?
I don't think so. I think this really would have been a very tough call there. Ian actually should not have hit him there. Ian should have tacked away sooner. Because Ian tacked into him, and Kevin responded as soon as Ian's tack was complete.
Okay. That'll be a good chalk talk sometime.
And if you're Ian hitting him, what does hitting him do for you? All it does is slow your boat down. Mark did the right thing by taking the far right here.
So
36! Seven! 16! This is really close here. 15, 64, 8.
that's a decent finish for Rory today. And look at Roger.
Roger.
Looking at that with the big
K2!
guns. Get away, Roger!
And one. Achoo. 66, 62. $19. $28. 99.
Sorry? Yeah, second, third, yeah. It was painful for a while. More painful for me.
32.
Listen, snowball and a,
2. 31.
Okay, that's the end of race 5.
And then what? You'll be a 747 captain?
No, I said at least.
He'll
Already
be,
done. It's in the
he'll
past.
be Gretzky. The Beatles. Who else? Bill Gates.
I'm just good at pulling with.
Alright, beginning the sequence of race 6. It is very squirrely. Looks like Mikey won the start at the pin end. He's got Peter Libre just above.
Mike loves these left-handers.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a lefty at the start, you can count on Mike McLaughlin to be there, ready to take that forward pass, control.
And Ed Cesar loves to loiter at the pin also, but he's not here today.
Big
Can you blow that off?
big lefty. Halfway up the beat, there's a big right-hander. Libre found it first. Will actually, the one who wanted to blow it off is going to, if he's patient, can get to the righty. There'll be about 5 at the windward mark. There's the righty. All the fleeting, the left hand, both boats are in the righty now. Good patience. He was one of the left boats, but he sailed across to the right to get inside the right-hander here and handle a little bit more pressure.
totally bought into the left. He put all his chips on that, and there's some breeze over
Oh,
there.
Mike's in great shape. Mike's in great shape. He took the right into the bay.
Yeah.
Came right back.
And he's got more pressure coming down in front of him. Look at that. And he can tack on it and get around and maybe away from the mark pretty quick. Look at that. He's in it. Don't sail too far. Yeah, he overstood there a little bit, but it's gonna work out okay.
Yeah,
'Cause-
he'll be fine.
yeah, look at him. That a boy. He worked for that.
Yeah, he didn't just hang on his lefty. He waited and then
Yeah.
tacked and dug in. And
Of course, Kevin is not gonna let him enjoy it. He's gonna hound him all the way down. Shift. Like jives. That looked like a surprise. Look at that, he's just opening up on Kevin. Okay, so who do we have over here? Mark Fallon just rounded. Tom Ross is rounding with Roger Klein and Bill Adamson. 15 isn't quite there yet. Barry is in 4th. At the moment. Kevin's going for the inside of this run. Mike's sailing a flat boat. Kevin is sailed to weather. Barry jives to starboard here. Libre does another one of his runs out to the right. And sailing, trying to sail around Kevin. To which Kevin says not so fast.
I'm not a big fan of the standing up in the boat. You get your center of gravity up too high.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad look.
Yeah, there's something just,
It matters less when the water's really flat, but every time you hit a bump,
yeah.
it's slower.
So Mike has just opened things up here. He was being overtaken at one point, about halfway down this leg, but he's
Guarded
opened
it
up.
well.
Yeah. And now he can do whatever he wants. And Peter and Kevin are fighting it out. Peter's now driving to port. Kevin is staying on starboard as long as he can.
I think we're making you guys move the marks too much today.
Okay, there's Mike rounds now. It's not going to be the best video in the world, but least they'll be able to see. Boy, Mike has just hung out here. Look at how much he opened up just by staying on port tack. Whew.
He's starting to get headed a little bit. He should probably come back, take about half the leverage away from 36 right now.
Mm-hmm. It's
I don't want to get, you wouldn't want to get to the other side of the shack, but you probably should come up and just be vertical with it. He should.
yeah, and you don't want to get in the wind shadow of the shack either, particularly
It's
if
so
you're
bad
in a-
once in the last 10 boat lanes here.
Yeah, really.
No matter what, so when he tacks, he needs to aim and get left as fast as he can. He's bow down, he should tack now. Come on, Mike. Give up some, there you go. Give up some leverage, beat Kevin to the tack. His only goal should be to get left. He should be bow down the whole time. Beat Kevin by a boat length. Don't beat him by 20, but make sure he can't beat you no matter what happens.
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting what goes on in your head when you're in a spot like this. You just want to throw money into the bank, even though you should be bow down going for speed.
Yeah.
And the money in the bank, at least in his position, means get to weather.
Yeah, but if you get to weather here, all you're doing is sailing away from the finish line.
Right. And slowing down.
Yep. I just watch the other person's bow and make sure that I'm going faster than them the whole time. If you're in Mike's position right now, it's the only thing that matters. He's golden though. He's got a nice righty. He's moving and high.
Right. He could afford to bear off for speed here.
A little bit, a little flatter. Flatter, Mike, flatter, flatter. You're not flat. Flat, 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 flat. Come on, flat. Still not flat, Mike. Yes, better, better. Still not quite flat.
Look at how much he opened up on.
Come on, flat, flat. There you go. Almost flat. Flatter. We need to get you thinking flatter, 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 flatter. Come on, press. Flat and press. Flat, 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 flat. That windward chine should be in the water. Come on. Flatter, 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 flatter. That guy's need to sail flat. 19. Nice race.
Wire to wire, baby.
Good job taking that first shift and just not, not saying I'm already in the left, I should just suck it up. You took the righty and you just stayed in phase.
How quickly I separated from Peter Libre?
Yeah, because you took the righty and just separated and just said, I'm going to sail the right shift no matter where I am on the course.
There was a few. Did you see the shit hit me? We were both pointed the same direction on different tacks.
Yep.
So we have Peter Libre coming up here, and we have Bury and Marks.
Why can't I do that all the time?
Look at Ian Ray coming out of the left corner with pressure. He's going to come from, he was deep at the leeward mark. He's going to finish third probably. He also is in a good position here. He should be pointing at the shaft. There's zero reason for him to go anywhere except right at us. One. Should duck well here. He should be aggressively ducking. Absolutely, attack is a terrible move. giving Will the right.
Yeah. Yeah, the angles here, it would be hard for Ian to see, but he just sailed away
But you
from the
can't give
finish.
you don't give the guy the right no matter what. I mean, even unless the angles are really, really in your favor. 64.
Hey, nice race.
And 7.
That's fun.
Well, that was good to say we were cheering for you. That was good.
Mike, I'm serious about being flat.
Yeah.
You're super.
Yeah, he said it about 18 times.
I'm sure. I heard
Maybe
him.
20.
I heard
36.
him long before he said anything.
16.
That's a good feeling.
It is. There's a lot of good people out here today, too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Mark's figured out been top 5 a couple races in a row now. 32. 62.
There's nothing here.
15. That was, well, Will has had a couple bad races in a row. Roger's coming back here.
It's,
Another top 10.
It's a really easy day to kick football really hard.
Oh, yeah.
With the course, I've kept the course long because it's so shifty. You need a chance.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a chance. If you make it shorter, K2.
Like, I could have got hung out to dry in that corner.
Yeah, but you need. That's why I try to make at least 2 shift beats. You know, so
Yeah,
like
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have just gotten hung out to dry.
on our normal courses, every beat would be a 1 shift beat.
Yeah.
We would have got 15 races in a day.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. I
Yeah.
hope you got that all on video.
We got the whole thing. Including all the color commentary
Flatter, Mike, flatter.
and the commercials. It was good.
Oh, you see, you didn't go for your breakfast beer, the porter that I brought for you.
No. Oh, Jesus.
99. I don't understand why you just stuck there because you win the race. 66.
This really is a fantastic platform.
It is.
31.
And we've videoed everything. I mean, it's choppy. It's
8.
slow motion,
But you
but-
can, from up here, you can really see where all three.
Yeah. So when you watch this, it's going to be both the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Now, one more. This will be it, yeah. 248 right now.
Okay, that's the sequence for race 7.
Go Roger, go Roger, go Roger, go Roger. Come on, 3 top 10s in a row. It's on the line.
I've just had some real good racing.
What a day. This is really gorgeous.
Heads up, the race committee flag has moved. Heads up, the race committee flag has moved.
This race has got your name on it, man. Go for it.
Rory's got the real chance of going from 0 to hero.
Mm-hmm.
Ransack's one of my favorites. "32!"
I think Roger Klein, well, he must have been squeezed out there because he restarted also. I don't know if he thought he was over.
Guess the KG sounds a little better.
Yeah.
I think so. I think he just spun around because he was.
Better spot. Okay, Will Beery is going out to the left, just tacked back to the right. Seems to be kind of uniform pressure across the course, a little bit coming down from the buoy itself. Mark is out to the right. Tom Ross has got good pressure going up the middle. Now, I don't know if this is going to last, but we haven't seen a winner to the top mark come out of the middle of the course yet today.
Tom's doing a great job at staying in phase, which is what's key. So like he's tacked 3 times, and on every tack he's been on the shift.
Mm-hmm. And he's not trying to squeeze it. He's going
Nope,
for speed.
He's going for speed. He's taking leverage away from Ian right here, and he's just waiting for this right. The righty will come. I think it looks. This late righty will come.
Yeah.
You can see it.
There's something on the water out there.
Lifting a little bit. Oh, big lefty coming from Hickory Bluff right now.
Yeah, look at that. So the boat to the left,
Will Beery.
Beery is looking good.
He should be bow down right now. Will, good bow down.
And Rory's in a pretty decent spot. Geez, maybe that little shout out helped him out. Jeez, look at this.
Huge lefty.
Yeah.
And a big righty coming too. Interesting.
It's amazing how quickly the complexion, that whole arrangement changed. Don't get greedy, Rory. Oh, good, he's around. All right. Okay, now it's the breeze is coming out of the bluff again, right?
That was huge. Will's like on a beam reach going downwind.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, marks. Rory goes from 0 to hero. He does.
Right.
He was last.
And look at him. He's gonna hug his rig and get that bow underwater.
That's okay. He's forward. He's
Will's taking off. Now comment on Will's boat trim and everything about it right now.
It's very good. See, if you look, his bow knuckle is just touching the water.
Mm-hmm.
He's heeled the weather, so he neutralizes his helm. His vang might be a little tight.
Mm.
So you can watch the leech is a little leech curl, but not quite enough.
And his top batten is stalled, so
Yeah, I opened it up a little bit.
Yep.
Yep. But otherwise good.
And
Rory's a little like I don't like see how he's spread out. I'm not a big fan of that. I want the body to be a ball. You know, he's got his one hand way back, one hand way forward.
Now Kevin is
Kevin's
he's
good.
got his knees right with him. And,
Yep.
okay, so it's a little different.
Kevin usually heels a little more than everybody else, which is I like it. I think it's less wetted surface area, lets the windward chine drive the boat.
And now Will Graves is describe what his trim setup is.
So his rake is way back.
Okay.
So his mast tip is further back, so he can't heel as much as Kevin can. He's not heeling the boat as aggressively. His helm's pretty neutral. His body weight's just forward of the seat.
Committee, boat number 99 is retiring.
Thank you, over.
Now Peter Libre, he's got a distinctive trim style.
He does.
He's sitting down right now, so that's good.
But when he stands up, I don't like it. He does tend to be more aggressively forward. So does Bill. Bill is like good. Let's see how Bill's. His whole body is forward. He's over his knees.
Now, Ian and Tom, given where we stand, is there anything that we can see that they can't that would benefit one or the other?
Yes, you can chase the boats and pick up the marks behind them. Over. Yeah, please pick up the marks behind the last place boat.
So Will Beery has rounded the bottom mark.
And is reaching to the finish. Terrible
Really?
last race.
But as we know, yeah, look at how the breeze has gone way left.
Just the west.
It's coming out of Bell Island, right off
Yeah.
East Beach.
Yep. It's gone all the way west. Really? Our first race, it's not going to have a beat here.
As shifty as it's been, the mean direction has been pretty steady.
Yep. This is as far left as we've seen it all day.
Look at Will reaching way up, just getting away from the running boats. And
It'll be interesting to see what happens here, because actually there's a bit of a righty right here at the shack.
Yeah, look. Yeah, I'm looking at the water. There is.
So if I'm Rory, I might come right at the flag. Not go high at all. Like you should bear off and come at the flag.
He seems to
Separate
be
as much as
footing
he
on
can.
Kevin right now.
Yeah, keep going down, Rory. Head down. Head down. Get as far away from Will as you can. Tom Ross and Ian Ray are seeing how far towards
Yeah, really.
they can go. Bill Adamson matching him. I like Rory. Rory needs to still foot. He needs to still foot away.
Yeah.
Foot away, Rory.
It's be interesting when they see this. I wonder, based on what they're thinking and seeing on the water, versus what. Now it would pay for Rory right now to bow down. I mean, it looks to me.
He should just go straight now. He's got it. 64. That's it for the day. Sorry about the last beat. Or lack thereof. 8. 36. 15. So will Peter pick up a couple of boats here by going low? We'll find out. And 7. No, we're done. $32.
Oh.
62 and 1. Photo finish. If you had like 1 meter further, you had him. 16, 19. We're done.
After 3, guys.
We'd also have to reset all the marks. Oh no.
Here's your pen.
I dropped the pen up here.
Okay, so we're finishing K2 right now.
Yeah, I got K2
So
written
16,
down.
19, K2, and we've got 66, 31, and N3.
I got it. Hold on this last one. Go all the way.
It has been a gorgeous day out here today. A thrill being in the booth with John Fallon, the #1 boviator, and a great race committee chairman.
All right, let's go.
And it's back to you in New York, Ted.